Llyod sir, welcome to BW Marketing World's event. It's a pleasure having you with us.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have a set of questions for you. Okay, so this is a year of a global slowdown. However, India is still standing at a shining position. As a marketeer, what is your prediction in terms of the global marketing spends? Global as well as India. What do you think is going to be the prediction? Do you think they will be on a growing trajectory or remain restrained? What is your observation?
I think India is on a very, very positive growing trajectory. The reason I say so is two parts. One is I think we have a large booming Indian market.
Okay.
That's one great. The second point is that a lot of sectors of the Indian economy are kind of coming out of the COVID slowdown.
Correct.
Right? So we're seeing a lot of growth across various sectors. And I think thirdly, it's the fact that the whole new age entrepreneurship has unleashed a lot of positivity in the market. The
Correct.
success of startups. So of course, there's been a little bit of a slowdown with
Yeah.
the funding winter, as they say. But I think together with the projections of our GDP hovering at about 6.5%, I think it's going to be a good year.
Okay.
Also, the fact that there are a lot of great events coming up. There's the World Cup ODI
Yeah.
cricket
Yeah.
this winter, which is positive. Then, of course, there are the elections next year, which might see their own share of growth in marketing spends. So I think overall, it's going to be, India is certainly going to be well ahead of the global economy.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be positive. So there's going to be growth across both marketing spends
Okay.
and in industry in general.
Understood. So, if we dig deeper into this conversation, I'd like to understand how do you think are the predictions around the legacy media as well as digital? So, digital being mainline these days, how much are marketeers actually going to bet on legacy media versus the digital medium?
I think digital will continue to outgrow legacy media.
Okay.
But having said which, I see legacy media making a bit of a comeback. And the reason I say so is that a lot of digital got fueled by a lot of the startups. A lot of it was venture
Correct.
money.
Correct.
Now, with a bit of a funding slowdown, I think that part is going to slow a little bit. And therefore, legacy media, to my mind, would make a bit of a comeback. But
Okay.
overall, there's going to be
Interesting.
overall spend
Okay.
and overall growth in spend. And digital will continue to power ahead. But I really see traditional linear television kind of making out of a comeback. Of course, OTT and digital is really going to be powering ahead. So that part is going to change. The other reason why I see digital growing is that a lot of new advertisers will come into digital
Okay.
because of the lower ticket spend. For television, you still need to be a big spender.
Correct,
Whereas,
correct,
with digital, you can come in
correct.
with extremely small spends. And lastly, it's because of the whole data analytics, the fact that you can target consumers in very specific
precision,
geographies
yes.
and very great precision. So I think digital is really going to outgrow and grow rapidly, but legacy might make a small comeback.
Understood. So, talking of purpose, purpose has come a long way. We've had debates around purpose, sustainability issues, even woke washing, greenwashing for that matter. How much do you think, out of your own experience, how much of this is actually a reality? How much are brands putting in their effort to make, to contribute to the larger good of the society? One, and how can brands actually remain authentic in terms of, basically in this aspect?
I think for brands, there's no choice but to be authentic
Okay.
and to really believe in purpose. And the reason I say so is twofold. I think one is there's a new generation of younger consumers for whom purpose is actually important. It's no longer a tick in the box.
Okay.
The second reason is investors are beginning to actually put their money where the mouth is. So they really believe that companies that take corporate governance, take purpose, take ESG, take social development goals seriously are companies worthy of investing in.
Understood.
So I would see both purpose and authenticity just growing in importance. It's no longer going to be peripheral and cursory. I think it's a big part of board discussions today. I know of boards that I personally sit in where issues of social responsibility and ESG are very mainstream.
Correct.
They're no longer an adjunct to after you finish all the business results. It's now
Correct,
important.
correct.
And I think one big contributor has been the whole pandemic. The fact that it's really brought empathy to the fore. Right? Businesses
Correct.
can't exist outside of society. So I think empathy, purpose is going to be very, very critical going forward.
Okay, one last question for you, sir. You've been in the industry for so long. What is your one advice to the budding talent who are hoping to come to our domain? What are some of the things they should watch out for, basically?
I think one, to be very committed to what you do, don't have a short-term approach. Two, I think, almost as an addition is to be very authentic. I mean, play to your strengths. Don't just, just be there because of short-term gains,
Okay.
but play to your strengths. And third, I think, is to do whatever you do with a lot of passion and energy. I think irrespective whether you're in the startup ecosystem and the traditional ecosystem, I think the moment you approach anything with deep commitment, with passion, with energy, you're bound to succeed and you're bound to get great results.
some great advice there. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Samya. Always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.